Hi, this is Brenda from speech class, and I'll show you my audience first. So there we have. Can you guys, are you on there? Can you see three people? Yes? Got them? Okay. Okay, now let me get the camera back to myself, and I will start my speech. So, decisions. Every day we are faced with choices that we need to make a decision. Most of these choices we reach a decision pretty easily. But on occasion, there are choices that are a little more thought-provoking, require a little more investigation and research before we finally come to a decision. Well, 7 years ago, Dave and I had a decision to make. Dave's my husband. We were pregnant with our first baby, and we needed to decide if we wanted to breastfeed or bottle feed. And Dave decided that he was just going to support whatever I wanted to do. So I decided that I wanted to give breastfeeding a try. And I remember when I was pregnant, people would always say to you, oh, when are you due? Oh, do you know what you're having? Do you know if you're going to breastfeed or bottle feed? Well, according to Claire Westall and Sally Page Gortz in an article in the International Journal of Childbirth Education, they say that pregnant women should not be asked, are you going to breastfeed or bottle feed? But rather, what do you know about breastfeeding? They say that women should educate themselves during their pregnancy so that by the time the baby is here, they're feeling very confident and empowered and will be able to breastfeed their baby. Well, I would agree with this because I will agree that the first few days of breastfeeding did not come without challenges. And the only thing that is natural about it is that your body makes milk. It's still a process that both you and your baby have to learn. But once you overcome these problems, there are so many rewarding benefits for both you and your baby with breastfeeding. So today I want to share with you some of the support that you'll need and then the benefits for you and your baby that will help you in your breastfeeding journey. So first of all, you're just going to need some professional and emotional support. You can get the professional support by finding an OBGYN who is an advocate and a supporter of breastfeeding. And then also find a pediatrician who will be supportive of the breastfeeding also. The other thing that you can do is contact your local hospital and get in touch with a lactation consultant. She'll be able to help you and answer any questions for you that you might have while you're pregnant just to prepare yourself. And once you're in the hospital, she's going to be a great resource to help you get breastfeeding off to a good start. The other thing that your hospital will probably have is breastfeeding education classes. So by taking these classes, it will just give you more knowledge, and knowledge is power. You can also research if your city has a local Leche club, because this is just another group of people that will be getting together. Usually it's moms who are breastfeeding once the baby's born, and just people to support you through your breastfeeding journey. The other thing that you're going to need is the emotional support in the hospital and once you go home. This is going to come from your husband or significant other, family members who have breastfed, and friends who have breastfed. These people are the ones that are going to be your cheerleaders to give you positive encouragement and support those first few days. So, now that you have an open mind about breastfeeding, you've educated yourself about breastfeeding, you're going to feel very confident and empowered to start breastfeeding and give your new baby the absolute best start in life. So now let's look at all the benefits for your baby. According to Mary Smith, RN and lactation consultant, she says that human milk is the absolute perfect food for an infant, full of living antibodies and customized just for your baby. Breast milk is often referred to as liquid gold. That is the colostrum in the first few feedings that the baby receives, and it's packed full of proteins, nutrients, and full of antibodies to help fight any bacteria. And the baby can't get this from formula. It can only come from its mom's breast milk. An article in the Journal of Women's Health reported the following benefits for a baby. Breastfed babies have decreased risk for ear infections. They have decreased gastrointestinal problems, which means they're going to be less spitty, have less constipation. They also have less respiratory infections. They have lower rates of sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS deaths, decreased childhood obesity, type 2 diabetes, and leukemia. In the event that your baby happens to be premature, the breast milk is not only nutrition for your baby, but it also can be considered medication for your baby. Because preterm babies are at high risk for infections. They can also develop severe intestinal problems that breast milk can help them with because it's easier to digest. The preterm mother's milk is specific to her fragile baby and will help with its brain development, the intestines, and immune system in a way that no formula ever could. Another advantage for a preterm baby is that they will leave the NICU 15 days sooner than a baby who is formula fed. Now that we have looked at the benefits for baby, let's look at some of the benefits for mom. According to an article by Westall and Gortz, breastfeeding helps the uterus contract and return to its normal size more rapidly. It helps mom return to their pre-pregnancy weight, and I think most moms want that. It delays ovulation, but don't think of it as birth control. And some other benefits, it's always available, it's always the right temperature, and it's free. So who wouldn't want that? Some long-term benefits for mom are that she'll have decreased risk of breast cancer, ovarian cancer, and endometrial cancer. She'll also have decreased risk of developing type 2 diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol. So, now that I've shared with you that breast milk is 100% nutrition for your baby, I also want to share with you is that I hope that I have shared enough information with you to help you make the decision to breastfeed one day. And one last thought. In an article by Jody Godfrey and David Myers, this is what they said. Breastfeeding represents an intricate process of interaction between mother and infant that is far more than nutrition. It is about creating a person, immune system, brain function, socialization, and long-term health. So please give this gift of breastfeeding to you and your baby. Thank you for your time. And I'll show you my audience again. I'm trying to get you on there, girls. Yes. There they are.